Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Oh, the hit is done. It's over. Crossmarker right on top of it. And there is your winning streak. Nick Palmer victorious. A beautiful left hand. Gets it done.
Good night.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm Damian Hill. With me, as always, is TJ O'Connor. Tonight we have Nick the Inspiration Palmer, or Nick Hansen, whichever you go by nowadays. Nick Palmer is getting ready
for me. I've heard a lot worse from a lot better, so I mean, whatever you want to call me.
All right, well, I'm going to use the word that I want to say, but it's nice to have you on tonight with us. Trash Talk is brought to you again by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Spartan Martial Arts, Ink Strings Tattoo out in New Brighton, Minnesota, Origin Wellness CBD, The Fighters, TJ's Mom, and James Clark's Sports Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy. How are you doing tonight, Nicholas Palmer?
I'm doing pretty well. Just relaxing. I was actually watching a movie with my kid before, you wanted to set this up. So thought I'd make some time for you boys tonight.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time from the movie, and I hope it was one that you guys can pause and go back to later. That's one thing that we are really appreciative of all of the guests that we have on Trash Talk is we know that they have families, they have other things going on, and we're appreciative of all the time that we get spent on us. So before TJ has answers or asks his question, I just had to thank you for that, and I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, not a problem, guys.
Yeah, 100%. We love families here, and I know how tough your daughter is, so I just hope she's not mad at us for taking you out away from her movie.
I don't know. I'll let you know after we're done here.
But just get into it, Nick. It's great to talk to you, man. I mean, obviously, we've been talking, and the fans of the sport have seen you at all the fights. I mean, transition into your new role, but we're coming at this one different. You're stepping back in the ring in just a couple days from now, this Saturday at Valhalla Combat Sports, January 18, excuse me. What's it been like preparing for your first fight now in just over 3 years?
It's a lot of the same. It feels good to get back into that routine, though, to get into that little camp. I've been bouncing around between Believers, Valhalla, and then my home Spartan. Everybody's been pretty welcoming. They love me. That's why I go there. I mean, not everybody does. We know the truth behind that. So, but it's it feels good to get back to that routine again. I quit drinking about 10 months ago now, and I feel good. I used to be that Donald Cowboy Cerrone type. I'd drink a 12-pack the night before a fight and kind of a knucklehead. So I kind of want to see how it goes this time around. I'm getting a little bit older, but the one good thing about fighting is you never forget how to do it. So
hell yeah. Okay, well, was the fact that you haven't drinking in 10 months, you haven't taken a drink in over 10 months, did that play a factor in you wanting to step back into the fight game or the fight realm, or was this something that you were planning on doing anyway, and then things just kind of fell into place, like certain decisions were made, and then it just is helping going into the fight, or is it something that you weren't even thinking about until you got sober?
I've been training since I've still been at it in there. I haven't been doing a lot of sparring, but I've been focusing on a lot of other areas in the game, and it just kind of presented itself, and I figured that why not? The time is now. I'm not getting any younger, and I like getting in there for the fans. No matter what, win or lose, I've never put on a fight that wasn't exciting. So I expect the crowd to go absolutely nuts next Saturday night, and it might be short and sweet. It might be a 3-round war. We don't know, but I'm bringing it all, everything I got. So I plan to land some heavy leather on some chin, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's, how it is. You guys have all been in there. There's nothing else like it. You can't find it anywhere else. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with you. You have never been in a boring fight, not that I've seen. Mm-hmm. And I actually don't have a question right now. I'm just going to take the time right now to remind everybody how big of a dick you are, because you actually stole Knockout of the Year from me one year, and that was kind of messed up, but whatever. I mean, it was cool to be there. It was a really great knockout, but wow, dude, you're going to just show me up like that. What an asshole.
The superior knockout won, I mean, what can I say? I don't know. Did that dude ever wake up? Because I still haven't heard from him.
Damn.
You
Damn.
I just checked online, and I can't confirm or deny that question. So, well, I mean, obviously, like Damian just alluded to, Nick, I mean, we've seen your knockout power. It translates in every facet, whether it's been early knockouts, later knockouts. This is a fight where you're taking it, like I said, it's been a while since you've been fighting. You've been working on every other thing. What changes can we expect? I mean, obviously, don't know game plan, anything like that, but what can we expect from your game after this long away, and what you've been working on?
You're gonna see a lot smarter and strategic fighter. I know how fights are scored now. A lot of fighters still don't know that. Granted, this is a Muay Thai and a kickboxing bout, but I know what the judges look for. I know what they like to see. So if we want to go in there and he wants to just point fight with me, I know how to steal the rounds. I know how to win fights. But if he wants to just stand there and throw leather, I don't know if he's going to want to do that with me, to be honest with you. I mean, everyone knows about the left hand. It's no secret. I'm sure he's looked me up plenty. He knows what to expect, but it's a lot different when you're in there, and I'm bringing my best with me, boys. Believe it. So I hope he's ready.
How did this fight actually get set up in the first place? Was it just somebody was looking for an opponent, they said yes, you said yes, or was this something that you wanted?
I never heard of the guy, so I mean, I'm sure he's a really great guy, and it takes a lot to get in there and fight. But my goal is to get in there and win in any way possible. And but it just kind of came to, I got the offer. I did a little bit of research. He accepted the fight, so I just said, well, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah. No, and I agree, and I don't mean to throw in a cheap just brag a little bit, but I'm luckily connected a little bit to where I heard about this fight before it was even announced. They reached out and asked me what I thought, and I gave my honest opinion. I think it's a really good fight. I think it's a styles fight. I mean, you've been known to knock people out. Robert he's very unorthodox in his style. He throws a lot of different kicks, keeps the distance well. So I expect a really good fight, and then with this being the main event, I think it's definitely worthy of that title coming back after this time away, because I don't think he's been the most active either, so I think on that front, I mean, it should kind of wash out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm expecting this guy to bring it, but the whole point is to not get hit in there. I'm going to be moving, so I think I'm a little bit smaller than this guy. This is at 185. I kind of walk around at 185 right now, when I used to fight at 55, 65. So this is a heavier weight, so I expect him to hit a little bit harder, but I'm going to be faster, and I'm going to be landing on the chin. So that's about all that's going to happen,
Yeah. Well, you said that you're going to be landing on the chin. I want to believe you when you say that, but I actually was able to get some sparring rounds in you at Valhalla a few weeks ago, and I believe I got hit like 3 times in the nuts, dude. Like maybe you'll hit on the chin, maybe you won't.
My nuts still hurt, okay? Thanks.
Yeah, that was the other way around. I hit you in the nuts 3 times. Damn.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm still limping. Thanks.
I'm sorry about that. I swear it was an accident all 3 times.
Yeah, an accident.
I know it 3 times, but still, like, dude, there's people who have 3 kids, and all 3 of them were accidents, all right? So those 3 were accidents too.
Well, thanks to you, I won't have any accidents and kids. I don't have to have them anymore.
Well, you're welcome.
Oh man.
All right.
George Bush, I believe it was George Bush, President George Bush, that said, "Fool me once, I can't get fooled again."
Yeah, he got me 3 times.
Oh man.
Oh my God! Again, I'm sorry about that. Now, foul shots aside, what is the type of fight that you expect from him? I know you said that you're ready for whatever he brings, but what is it? How do you think he's going to approach this fight?
It could go a lot of different ways. He could have this big game plan and come out there, but it's a lot different ball game once that bell rings, and it's time to fight. So I don't know what to expect. I know what I'm capable of, so that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on me and what I can do. I'm not too concerned about this guy. I mean, I'm sure he can fight. I'm sure he knows how to fight, but we both know how to fight. So, I'm confident in what I can do.
Yeah, spoken like a real fighter, spoken like a true gangster. I mean, we're just a couple days out. I don't expect any other answer. You kind of talked about, you've been lucky and been welcome to bounce around to a couple different gyms leading up to this fight. What has the work been like? Who have you had who have you been working with? What has this camp been like on the return track for you here?
Camp is it's been pretty well. It's a little bit different because I bounced around quite a bit. My schedule's a lot different now. Just some personal things going on, but I've got a lot of rounds in with Dylan Murphy, Carter from Spartan. Davey Young almost decapitated me the other night. That fucking dude's a freak. I do not like sparring him, so I think I'll avoid him next time I'm in the gym. No, he's just a real talented kid, but.
Monster.
I'm surrounded by a ton of great guys. I even got in some rounds with Big Andrew, Marty, Wolfman, a lot of guys at Valhalla. Damian Hill came in there. We got some rounds. He punched me in the nuts a few times, just to get me ready,
There was one time, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get back into this because the next question is probably going to be about sponsors and things like that. But one of the shots, it was a punch, and TJ, like I was like so square, like I was going down because I'll throw punches to the thigh, but he was turning, dude, he wasn't wearing a cup, like I speed,
yeah, you can hear a bell go off in my head.
I honestly started laughing and I couldn't hear much, but as soon as you said he didn't have a cup on, I knew where that was going.
So yeah, I speed bagged his nuts a little bit. That was. I'm sorry about that, but hey, you're ready. You can expect the unexpected. That's one of the things that I know for a fact you picked up in this training camp. Anything else that you picked up in this training camp, and any teammates and sponsors you like to thank before we wrap it up tonight?
I'd like to first I'd like to thank Jim Clark. He's welcomed me into Valhalla quite a bit. Any night I want to come in there, he's in there. He helps me out, make sure I'm getting some working with the guys. Josh Clark, everybody at Valhalla, they've been great. My guys at Spartan, my coach Tom, Dylan, my boy Marcel, everybody. And my coach Rachel, my boxing coach, Rachel and Jacques at Believers Boxing Gym. They've been really helpful. I actually kind of feel stupid. Jacques finally just showed me how to throw a proper right hand. So expect to not just see the left hand in this fight. Expect to see the right too. So it's going to be a little bit different game. But I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank you guys for having me too. I appreciate what you guys are doing, giving these guys a little bit of attention, put some spotlight on the sport. And hopefully it continues to grow, man. Hopefully you guys continue to do well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
not going to stop. Everybody, can't stop until everybody in Minnesota knows every fighter's name that fights out of and inside of Minnesota. And then it's on to the Midwest. Then it's on to the nation. Then it's on to the world, Craig. Now hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ Palmer. I can't thank you enough for being on with us tonight. TJ's a hoe. Palmer, I really do hate you, but I have a certain level of respect for you, even though my heart is full of hate. Thanks for being on Trash Talk, buddy.
Nothing but love, homies.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.